we're going to finish the entry of the bat, the daughter. He's v'abat asher titalal shelo titen eineh be'osher. And a daughter who's fit for praise should know not to seek material wealth. Rak titretze liot b'ra'av b'tzameh ba'arom u'choser kol. So she has to be so devoted to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and the service of Hashem that she should be willing to exist even in hunger and thirst and without clothing, without anything in order to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's what it says in the Pirkei Avot. It says you should eat, right, bread with salt and drink water and sit on the ground. And that doesn't mean that you have to literally do that. It just means that you have to be willing. You have to be willing to do that for the sacrifice, for the sake of Hashem. And therefore she should be willing to do this. If she wants her lot to be with a husband who's a God-fearing Torah scholar, which is the best thing to marry, so then she has to be willing to make sacrifices, Yes, you won't always be able to go to Florida for the winter vacation. Yes, you might not always get your Louis Vuitton purse. You might not always get, your Van Cleef bracelet. All that stuff. You won't always be able to get it. But she makes that sacrifice. She has that sacrifice. She doesn't have the, X7, but she's gonna make that sacrifice to be able to be married to a Talmid Chacham. So therefore, she should not be looking just for financial wealth. Rather, she should be looking for spiritual wealth. She should prepare herself for these tests and distance herself from material pleasures in order to be dedicated to a wife dedicated to Torah. She should be easygoing. She should be a person who is easygoing. She should not be so particular about the fancy foods or expensive jewelry, or she shouldn't be overly concerned with the beauty and the stylishness of her clothing. A lot of times you have yetzer hara by girls, especially in girls' schools, that they get very nitpicky about the brands and how they look and how they present themselves, and they're only this, I only wear that, no, I don't want to wear that because it's not this brand name. Or no, she gets very upset. Why did we go out to eat somewhere fancy? Why always, you didn't take me here, you didn't take me there, look, everybody else went there, everybody else went there. And she goes and she gets jealous of other people, and then she causes shalom bayit in the house. So therefore a person has to be careful to teach them from young that these things are nice, these things you could have, but that you don't have to make a problem when you don't have them. There's a difference between needs and wants. Needs, we need to eat. Needs, we need to sleep. Needs, we have to have a place to live. But wants, all these luxuries are wants. You shouldn't make your wants into needs and your needs into wants. You have to have what you need is what you need, and what you want is what you want, and therefore you shouldn't make shalom bayit out of it. She should accustom herself from young already that she should sleep very little, and she should hold herself from talking too much. Sometimes the ladies, they speak too much and they cause shalom bayit without realizing. And therefore they think, I just meant to just say, I was just talking, and they didn't realize that what they said didn't come off the right way to the other person, and therefore it let the shalom bayit. Or if you have chas v'shalom, the wife, she's sleeping too much. She oversleeps. She doesn't wake up on time to take the kids. She doesn't go and, to wake up early to do what she has to do. And she doesn't have a schedule. So it affects the shalom bayit as well. So therefore a girl, before she's even married, she has to go out of her way to learn what it means to have a schedule, what it means to be, needing and learning what's needs and wants, and also to realize she has to be careful what she says. It's true that the Torah says, that the sages say in Masechet Ketubot, Nun Bet, that a person is obligated to adorn his daughter and enhance her attractiveness, in order that many should try to marry her. But a girl who has any fear of Shamayim should make sure to not go in front and show herself off in front of young men. Of course, even when she, much more so when she's adorned. That's the young girls before they're married. Why should they be wearing makeup? Why they should be doing their nails? Why should they be doing their eyebrows and all that kind of stuff? We used to be in the old country. They used to do kos chinon. Kos chinon is you didn't do your eyebrows till you got married, right? So the person has to be careful with his daughter that she shouldn't be shown off in front of other people before she's married, and she should definitely not to adorn herself in front of them. Okay, she could do this for herself and do her privately, but not to go outside like this and to show people to show herself off to other people, and then and not God forbid cause other people to stumble and to be a stumbling block. The that people should not have bad thoughts when they see her. She's a very beautiful girl, but they're not looking to get married right now. She's just walking everywhere, and people are staring at her and doing avirot with her. Chaz v'shalom, all these sins of these guys thinking inappropriate thoughts are on her head because she went outside, and she did her nails because she went outside, and did her eyebrows, she went outside, and she went and wore very nice clothing, and let her hair out, and did her hair nice. There's laws that's new. There has to be, a lot of people, they mistakenly wear stockings, they wear the tights, and they think they can wear the skirt above the knee, and they think, because the knee is covered with the stocking, so it's okay. Or they go outside without stockings. They wear a long skirt below the knee, but they don't wear kalgotki. They have a mechuyav to wear kalgotki, right? Or they go and they wear, shirts are too tight. That shows behind, that shows on top, their chest, it's too tight. Or they go and they wear their hair out, they wear open, they're supposed to put it in a ponytail, like all the Bet Yaakov girls are supposed to go. All these things, they cause other people to have thoughts, and especially, even married people have this issue, that even once a lady's married, she also has to make sure to go out sanua. In the weddings, it's very interesting, that all the married siblings of the Chatan Kala walk down the aisle, but the wives of the Chatan Kala siblings, the woman, they walk down all dressed, dressed to kill, mamash. They look all dressed up, wearing a fancy dress, makeup, hair, everything, and they walk down in front of everybody. The MC says, and the beautiful couple now coming down, and everybody stares at them. And a lot of people have hirurim, a lot of people have impure thoughts, chaz v'shalom. And there's a married woman walking down, So a person has to realize, is that really worth it? Is that really important to go and have the siblings walk down and cause everybody to have hirurim? Maybe we should just have the Chatan and Kala's parents and the Chatan and Kala themselves, and that's it. Who gave us permission? Where is this minhag to go and have all these people walking down and staring at them and saying, ooh, ah, and chaz v'shalom hirurim? And that's what a girl has to also think about before she goes outside, right? And we'll have the chuppah much shorter. We'll be able to get to the food faster, not 10 o'clock and eat so late, right? So therefore, a person has to realize that a girl, when she goes outside today, she has to be very careful. A lot of old school people, they say to their daughters, "Don't sidit. You have to stay at home." It's for a reason. It's because they know things can happen. People could see her and they could have thoughts, and the person has to be very careful not to let his daughter become a stumbling block for others. As the Gemara says in Sechet Sotah, Chav Bet, that what? למדנו יראת חטא מבתולה דרבי יוחנן, שמע לאותה בתולה שהיה מתפללת, בריבונו של עולם בראת הגן עדן, בראת הגיהנום, בראת הצדיקים, בראת הרשעים. The Rabbi Yochanan learned how to have yirat shamayim from a maiden, from a girl who wasn't married yet. Why? Because he heard a girl was praying like this: Master of the universe, you have gan eden, you have gehenom. You put the tzadikim in gan eden, you put the reshaim in gehenom. Yirat tzon lefanecha Hashem Elokeinu ve'Elokei avotenu she'al yikashlu bi bnei adam. The girl prayed, may it be your will, Hashem, and the Hashem of our Father, the God of our fathers, that men do not stumble into sin because of me. All young maidens should do likewise. They should make themselves scarce. They shouldn't be outside so much, and they should realize every honorable princess dwells within. She should not allow herself to be seen unnecessarily in the streets. As we know that the royalty, British royalty, they're not allowed to wear certain colors of nail polish, they're not allowed to show cleavage, they're not allowed to show their knee, they have to wear certain colors, they have to wear the hat, it's tzniut. That's really dignity. That's what it means to be a princess. When in our generation today, right, the Pele Yoetz says, then the Ishmaelim cities, or the Erei Esav, the Edomite cities, what do? The Yishmael, they cover so much, so tzniut, only the eyes you see. But Esav, what do? They go and they say, no, let the woman go outside. The more nakedness, the more revealing, the better. His wife, he wants to show off how great his wife is, so he lets his wife dress immodestly, so her beauty should be seen by everybody. But by the Jews, it's not like extreme, and it's not extreme that way, not extreme this way. There's a tzniut, there's a concept of being modest. Why? Because modesty makes it that the person just doesn't look at you as an object. The person looks at you because you're a person. You have a personality. There's meaning to you. You have something within. When you make everything just outside, just the body, then chaz v'shalom, men could look at women as like objects, chaz v'shalom. So therefore the Torah says, make sure your daughters are tzanua. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen.